All right, we are here. We are live, and we are having some fun already here in the pre-show. Right?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Clay?
Good, good. It was a good day, a productive day. Yeah, just a lot of little things took place, and got a few more parts for the 62 GMC. So now I'm going to take them all in tomorrow, and hopefully start putting them on the pickup and check the update and see how we're coming along with that. It may be rolling out next week. That's what it sounds like. So pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, tell you what, welcome everybody. We've got a good show lined up for you. I do believe we're going to be talking a little bit about some new congressional bills dealing with the Second Amendment. Well, one of them in particular. We got some gear. I ain't going to tell you what it is, but JD's going to be coming at you with some gear, which I think is awesome. Got some mag dumps. Going to give you a little bit of an update on Senate Concurrent Resolution 4027 out of North Dakota Legislature. And, well, let's just say I'm glad I saw what I seen. And I'm very disappointed in one in particular, Senator. And of course, I think you got our happy ending Chronicles.
Oh, Clay, a happy ending. And I tell you what, it is a freaking good one tonight.
All right.
It is a good one. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you because this is one of my favorite ones that we've ever did.
Good deal. Thanks to our sponsors, LAUER Repair, been with us since the very beginning. I want to thank him. Thank Axe and the boys down there. Just stopped in, heck, had lunch with him here beginning of the week when we were in town. So thanks again.
Oh,
lunch
did you?
Him. So yeah, it was great. We went down the old ground round. So actually, it was very good. I got to say that. So, well, I'll tell you what. You want to bring us in with the Second Amendment?
You bet. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Amen, brother. And it gets more important every single day, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, just because our boy's in there and we're feeling real confident about him protecting our right, not only protecting our Second Amendment rights, Clay, but restoring our Second Amendment rights. Yes. We can't be vigilant, man. You can't ever lay back, man. You always got to be on watch with it. There's no doubt about it.
So now I want to say hello to our people over there on Rumble as well. We're up on both channels. So we are up and running. By the way, we are back on Twitch. We'll see how long it lasts.
That's what you were saying last week. I did get the invitation there. I didn't get my account activated yet. I apologize for that.
But we are over. Someone's watching on there too, and it isn't me. I just
appreciate you, Twitch.
Yeah. So awesome, right? Unless it's one of those hijackers, and then they say something. But we appreciate everybody being over.
We have had quite a few of those over the time.
If you're looking for us on Twitch again, it's GAT701. Just search GAT701. That seems to be what we're going to anyway. So it makes it very, very easy to find. And of course, we're on the website too.
And if I look like I'm not paying 100% attention right at this second, I'm not. I'm doing social media stuff. Me and Clay are. Yep.
Good evening, Trent. Good evening, Trampus. Hey, Brian. Good evening, fellow MVs. Corey's with us tonight. So, Corey, thanks for tuning in again. And, of course, everybody else that has tuned in. Speaking of Trampus, they had a bull sale. And you know what? I ended up picking up a couple of them. So, I'm pretty happy. I always love their bulls. And now I'm going to be having 2 nice red Angus bulls with my heifers this year.
Awesome.
And he did give me some numbers.
Where was that at, Clay, that you had the bull sale at?
That was up at Kist Livestock, Brenner Angus. They've been doing it for years. Pretty decent sale. I mean, it could have been better. I've seen some, higher ones, but you know what? The market was on the reds. They averaged $4,568, and on the black Angus, $5,394. So there you go. Anybody, if you didn't get any bulls, get a hold of Trampus and the guys. I can tell you right now, I think most of them sold, and those are good-looking bulls. If you were looking for, if I ran black animals, I'd have bought a couple of them black ones because those babies looked good. They stretched out nice. They're nice and straight across. No high tailbones for the most part, which I hate that. I don't know why the tail heads don't seem to matter to some people anymore, but I don't like them. So get yourself some great bulls. Call up Trampus and then the crew there at Brenner Angus. There, right, he got a free plug tonight, didn't he?
Perfect. I don't mind that at all. What do we get? So what do we got on tap here tonight, Clay? You want to give them the rundown, or you just want to?
Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, this is one of the things we're going to talk about. And as you remember in the 1968 Gun Control Act, when nobody between the 8 years of 18 years of old age and 20 could buy a handgun.
Yep.
So we've had a couple developments on this, and one is Representative Thomas Massey, Kentucky. This guy's always introducing some great legislation.
Oh, he is. He is. Thomas Massey's he's a good dude.
He is, especially on
Every once in a while he votes against something that kind of chaps me, but whatever.
You know what?
We talked about that a little earlier, right? About
we did. We I think there's some people even on KFYR in the afternoon that got a little Trump derangement syndrome going on, and I like them both.
Not quite stage 4, but it's definitely some TDS.
But I'd like to ask them, who would you rather have? Really? Trump won the primary. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole too hard, but Trump won the primary. So you either voted for Trump on the Make America Great agenda as a whole, or you voted for the communist Harris. There wasn't really any choice there.
It was 2 choices. Don't give me this. Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was. I voted for I'm the most up on my flagpole guy that there is. No, you didn't. There was 2 choices. They weren't winning. So
exactly, it was a clear choice this year. Whether you like Trump or not, he won the primary, and when he won the primary, then I was all in again, and just like I always have been when he wins.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. You're never gonna get somebody you want. You're gonna agree with 100%. It's just
you were a DeSantis guy, and until the primary was over, right?
Right. And say DeSantis was a DeSantis guy until it was over, and then who did Ronnie D endorse about 3 days later? Donald J. Trump.
And
turns out he endorsed the right guy.
For the most part, I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing. I disagree with both Trent and Daryl. I like the tariffs. I love what they're going to end up doing.
I do too.
Not the first time. And who knows? It might even spark some good USA manufacturing in the firearms sector. Maybe we won't import all them things. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You know what? I know we mentioned that to Kelly at one point, and he said, well, I don't know about the workforce. You know what, Clay? What would be a lot cooler, working at Walmart or Target, or working at a freaking gun ammunition manufacturer,
or working at Glock, because they don't want the tariffs coming out of Austria, and they just move over here.
You know what? I don't see a problem with finding a workforce there.
I don't either. I think
maybe when we have them on, we'll bring it up to him again.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Dan, good evening from the western edge of North Dakota. All right, let's get into this. This is called.
Hey, do we have the chats up there on the side here?
Oh, we do not. I'm sorry. Yeah, we do now.
Okay, there we go. I'll
even let you stay on the top of the screen. All right. So what we got here is it's House Resolution 1643. And they always name them, Second Amendment for every registrable voter act. So the SAFER Act, right? Comes from Thomas Massey, like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And what this is going to do is he wants to make it so that it rolls back to federal law, and that'd be the 1968 Gun Control Act. If I remember it, that's where that came about from. And you had to be 21 years of age to transfer a handgun through an FFL. Get this. Here's what I always got a kick out of this thing. It was only through FFL dealers. Now, if you were 18 to 20 years of age and wanted to purchase a handgun from a private individual, a private sale, that was fine. Think about that. Not one single Democrat wanted to change that for the most part. They wanted, they kept calling gun, the gun show loophole. They wanted everybody to do a check on everything. But really, there was no legislation introduced specifically to close, quote, that loophole. And when you hear the arguments in court.
A loophole, that's not a loophole.
That's not a loophole. And when you hear the arguments from the other side, and there is a court case that was just heard January 30th, by the way, in the Fifth Circuit. But one of the arguments from the other side was, well, it doesn't really restrict the Second Amendment under historical use because they can still buy them privately. So Democrats want it both ways. They just do. Anyway, we'll get back to here. And I love what they said here. Why should a 20-year-old single mom be denied the right to defend herself and her children? Asked Representative Massey. 18, 19, 20-year-olds are considered adults. They can vote on important public policy issues. They can form a business contract, get married, and serve in the military. As adults, these Americans should not be deprived of basic constitutional rights. And really, what a true statement, right?
Yep, 100%.
If you're 18 and you hit somebody, you can be charged with assault. If you're 18 and the draft,
you can go to prison for the rest of your life when you're 18.
Yep, you can be tried as an adult. I mean, you aren't recognized as an adult at 18, but yet they're trying to say you don't have a right to exercise your Second Amendment right and purchase a firearm. It's absurd.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then they go on and say the Second Amendment doesn't limit the age for firearms. It simply states that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Courts consider the people as members of the political class, and in other words, the people are those that have reached the age in the United States of the majority, and it's considered to be 18. Terminology was recently affirmed by the United States in the Court of Appeals of the Third Circuit in LAUER versus Paris, and it challenged a Pennsylvania law that banned the carrying of firearms by those between ages 18 and 20 during a stated emergency, which that case, of course, went our way. And then they go, according to the Supreme Court in McDonald.
Not even our way. It went the way of what it should have went.
It went the way it should. Yeah, it went. They upheld the Second Amendment.
I know you meant that, Clay. I just
good catch. According to the Supreme Court case, McDonald versus the City of Chicago. Remember, we just heard that case.
Yeah,
right?
Otis
McDonald. Bear arms
also
includes the right to acquire guns because without the means to get firearms, you cannot keep and bear them. Anti-gun politicians have long claimed that the current regulation was constitutional because it did not ban those under 21 from acquiring them. Again, going back to what I said, because you could buy them privately. I mean, that's not even, it's not even a good argument. What these anti-gun politicians never mention is that many states now have a universal background check on every single transfer. And the only way to get a gun, and they do, is through an FFL. And there are states like that out there. So state level background checks, they also impede on that. And then, of course, it also was mentioned in this whole thing that, Bruin came up, and we all know what Bruin said. We went over that over and over and over here. Gun Owners of America, they've signed on to this, which was good to see. National Association of Gun Rights has signed on to this. A little disappointed I haven't seen NRA yet. I just imagine they haven't gotten to it. It's a pretty new bill. One thing that's interesting is you got Brian Fitzpatrick. He's a rhino. Republican out of Pennsylvania, and he has supported gun control. He's supported, assault weapons bans and banning ARs and banning AKs. Anything that looks scary, right? So, I mean, they're going to need, they need every Republican vote in the House because you're not going to get any Democrats.
You want to hear something really cool for about 20 seconds about banning ARs? So my daughter went on a tour of NDSU. They took them down there for their high school to just check out the campus and that. And she's like, Dad, there was a big sign sitting there that said, should AR-15s be banned? Yes or no? And I was like, I was just waiting for the answer, right? Like, oh my God, here we go. I said, well, so what was it? And she goes, there was like 5 on yes, and this big, huge line that said no on it. And I was like, really? Right on the campus? She goes, right on the campus. It was awesome. I was like, sweet.
That's awesome to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, I was freaking, I like made my night. I was going, sweet. All right, awesome, man.
Well, NDSU, as you know, you were there on that state fund committee meeting. We funded them through Friends of NRA with an NRA Foundation grant to start their rifle team. The shooting sports program. So there is an active one. As far as I know, they're still there. But growing.
Yeah. So it's awesome, Clay, that just for here firsthand that the students at NDSU were kicking the shit out of should AR-15s be banned. Yeah, but my daughter said, she goes, maybe 5 signatures. She said there was this big, huge list of no and don't ban them on the other side. So I was awesome, man. I love to hear that. Well,
college campuses are changing. They truly are. I think the younger people finally have been reached through a lot of different means in this past election. I mean, I'm seeing it right around here. You're seeing, even my son, my oldest one, who never really he didn't do much. My youngest was always been involved, but now he's taken a notice. And of course, he's conservative. And he's pointing stuff out to me that I never even thought he was keeping track of. So it's reaching everybody, and I'm glad to see that because without that next generation, we're screwed. We truly are.
100% we are.
So this bill, I imagine it's going to have some issues trying to get through the House. Getting to the Senate's going to be tough. You're going to need, you're at least going to need 7 Democrats to probably hit that 60 threshold. I don't know. It's going to struggle. But here's what I found very interesting. So who do you think that our North Dakota and the South Dakota delegation in the House of Representatives are co-sponsors of this bill?
Well, I mean, since you're asking me, probably no, but they definitely should be because they got A ratings from the NRA, right, and any other gun organization.
So Julie was an answer. She did a questionnaire answer. So, guys, get a hold of her. Let her office know that you want her to sign on as a co-sponsor of House Resolution 1643. Because I'm going to make my call tomorrow, actually, and encourage that. So here's who did it. Co-sponsors are Representative Lauren Boebert. Big shocker there, right?
Yeah, Kid Rock's girlfriend now.
Is that who he's with now?
I mean, that's the rumor.
Representative Andrew Clyde from Georgia. Representative Mike Collins from Georgia. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia. Hey, nice going, Georgia, right? Representative Harriet Hagman. She's from Wyoming, of course, and she is a pretty staunch Republican.
Big time.
Representative Doug LaMaffa from California. Representative Scott Perry out of Pennsylvania. Representative Chip Roy from Texas. Representative Victoria Sparks in Indiana. And Representative Randy Weber in Texas. Now, I imagine that there's a bunch of them that maybe are still signing on as this moves. I don't know, but I know I'm going to put pressure on Florcheck, and I'm going to definitely contact Alfred E. Newman down there and Dusty Johnson. So, guys, South Dakota, get on there and look up Dusty Johnson. And tell him, hey, I want you to sign on to the Safer Voter Act. It's that simple.
So, I mean, Clay, if you're I don't care if you're a senator or a House of Representatives, congressperson from, when you're from one of North Dakota or South Dakota, Montana, really any Midwestern state or mountain, I mean, come on, man. You know you got to sign on to, even if you weren't 100% on board, you know you're getting your ass bonus points for saying, hey, I sponsored this. Because most people, I mean, is there anti-gun people in North Dakota? Obviously there is, but for the most part, people here support freaking gun rights big time. So,
oh, absolutely.
I said people, not all of our representatives.
So Zach Myers says, no, our representatives suck. They're just there to get rich off of us. Well, I can tell you, a lot of them seem like they're doing it. They sure come out of there a lot wealthier than they went in, which is ironic because it don't pay that good, really. So I got to talk quickly about this. The Federal Appeals Court, and this happened January 30th, so not that long ago, a couple weeks. They actually struck down a ban on handgun sales to teens. They did this basically. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the federal law banning handgun sales to teens is inconsistent with the nation's historical tradition and violates the Second Amendment. Remember,
100%.
I mean, think about this. I love what they cited in. Clarence Thomas was one of the guys that wrote the decision too.
Claire Dog, baby.
Oh, I love him. He's great, ain't he?
Yeah.
So he cited the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, which expanded gun rights, and actually didn't expand them. It just reaffirmed them and
reinstated them, really.
But he wrote, ultimately, the text of the Second Amendment includes 18 to 20-year-old individuals among the people, where we heard this already, whose right to keep and bear arms is protected. The federal government has presented scant evidence that 18 to 20-year-old firearms rights during the founding era were restricted in a similar manner to the contemporary federal handgun purchase ban. And in its 19th century evidence cannot provide much insight into the meaning of the Second Amendment when it contradicts earlier evidence. That is a spot-on interpretation, honestly, and say it's the correct one. They interpreted law according to the 27 words. And let's face it, in the Revolutionary War and the wars that went after that, we had under 20-year-olds all the way down to sometimes 15 and 16, even if they shouldn't have been there.
You're going to find out in the Happy Ending Chronicles, Clayton, that you don't have to be 18 to defend.
That's right. You don't.
As a matter of fact, recent in the news, unfortunately, Gene Hackman died. Gene Hackman lied about his age and joined the freaking Marine Corps when he was 16 years old. Yeah, 16 years old. He lied about his age and joined the Marine Corps.
And we had that happen a lot in World War II. We had that happen a lot in a lot of our wars. Zach, come put this up here quick. Like, it shall not be infringed. Also, why can't we buy handguns out of state? I agree. That should be legal too. And that happened under Clinton. I can remember I was in college at NDSU.
It's for your own safety, Clayton.
For my own safety. And that's when his bill went
I got to light a cigar up. Hang on.
Remember, there were two bills, the assault weapons ban in 1994, and I forget what the other one was, but that other bill That's the one that included the no transfer of handguns to out-of-staters, and it's still there. We need to get it repealed, one thing at a time. I don't know if we'll ever get it, but I would imagine if you challenge that law today, you could go through the court process. You'd have to have a person that would actually do it, so you have standing. And if it got to the Supreme Court, I think it would be ruled unconstitutional under Bruin because there's no historical
easily
preference or
easily
precedent there. Yeah, so
that's
my opinion.
That should be an easy one right there. So
I think it would be
just like the 18 and under shit. So
I'll tell you what, we're going to take our first break. We're at about 20 after the hour, and then we'll come into yours. By the way, little Angry Man Firearms, man, thanks. I got a couple caps. I think he got bullet holes in his patches. I bought a great gun from him.
Looks good. Yeah, you got one for me back there, Clay, too. Hey, yeah, Clay's got me an OD green back there.
Right there, OD green.
Yeah. Shiloh, I see your question. When we come back from our break, we'll answer that. And then, Clay, I think we're going to get into the 15 top selling scopes from Optics Planet or whatever I got on here.
That ought to be good. And, all right. We'll see everybody right after the break here.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for, top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and the 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in. Know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink cop.
All right, we are back. Hey, Anvil's still on there. They're doing a little something different. I thought being their sponsor, and I think the next shoot, aren't they, Jamie?
Yeah. They want to sponsor the next. What we got is the Iron Sight Steel Challenge. Yep. We're going to do it on the deer. If you watched our first steel challenge there, and man, what was that, Clay? September?
Oh, I suppose sometime now.
I think it was in September we did that. We're going to use the same deer, but we're going iron sights and the whole details. We're going to do a little video this weekend about it. But yeah, I think they're going to want to be one of the sponsors of that, so that should be fun.
So I left them on there, and after that we'll pull them out there, and that's the kind of thing they want to do now, and that's fine. That's fine.
Hey, Clay, just want to say real quick, Larry there, he's listening. Henry Firearms Facebook group. He tuned in. He's watching us. I looked on. Appreciate you, Larry. Appreciate you watching. Hopefully you come back and watch us more, buddy.
See, that don't show up in our counters, so that's just it.
No, I had to dig in there and look a little bit, but yeah.
You know, I know we got Kick over there. There's looks like one or two viewers over there.
Appreciate
but some of
it.
this doesn't, and they don't show up. We got 3 or so on one page on Rumble and 10 on the other. So when you start adding that up, there's actually we got pretty good viewership. We just don't see it all right here in our
right. So Shiloh said, how do we come up with the name, right, Clay? So we definitely wanted to have something to do with guns in the name, is what we were right. We were on this about 2-3 weeks. We were running around, didn't we?
Yeah, we mulled on this for a while. In fact, I was out haying, so you'd call me in the tractor, and then we'd talk a little bit. About going in between and then we of course
a lot of names. And of course, Dakota Gun Guys. I mean, I had a whole list, but so we went, guns, which we're all about, and we live in North Dakota. We love North Dakota, and we think North Dakota is awesome and the best guns. And instead of saying North Dakota, a lot of things are using the 605, 701, 406. Right. They're using the zip code, area code, and so that's what we went with, 701 guns and the 701.
Yeah,
we're talking guns and of course North Dakota related stuff. So of course we talk a lot of obviously national stuff with guns, which is the guns part, right, Clay?
And that's kind of what we were talking about when we were doing this. We wanted to be able to, if we can, preview what's happening in North Dakota.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, we were honest about this. We're friends with Scott Buckmeyer. He has an outdoor show. And there's a lot of that stuff out there too. And we did not want to compete with that. And we didn't. So that's right. And we do some of that. And we've had Scott on. So we have a great working relationship there. And I think it's good. And then that kind of spurred, for a while, 701 Nation, which is still around, and then Drinks with the 701. So, I mean, it just kind of morphed into a lot of different things.
I'm gonna hit a couple of these real quick here. I'm gonna answer. Here, hold on. This one here, Zach. He says, "What's the date for the Iron Sight Challenge?" March 29th, 11 o'clock. Zach, that's when we're doing that. That would be the last Saturday here in March. We're gonna do that at 11 a.m. And Corey says, you guys were talking about no rim fires for the Iron Sight Challenge. That's right, no rim fires. Shit, all I have for Iron Sight, 17. Yeah, Corey, I know you got a Diamondback. Go buy yourself less than $100. You can go over to Mandan Sporting Goods. I'm a little angry man. John probably has them down there. You can get yourself some Magpul, flip up, back up iron sights. Put them on your AR. I'm using an AR-15, and that's going to work perfect for you.
There you go. Right there, Iron Sight. Evidently, someone's in the house here because I hear a dog barking.
I did hear a dog bark. I know it ain't my place.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
Like I said, Axe and I are going to do a little. It's probably going to be like a 2-minute video this weekend, just kind of giving everybody a little more info, and we'll keep it at the top of our social pages here until the challenge comes up. So it's going to be fun.
Just a quick reminder to everybody: we do have the links, of course, to some of the bills. Mm-hmm. And we got a link to the bills on Game and Fish. So you can go to the legislative website, look up any bill you want, and then you can go to Game and Fish website in North Dakota and look up the ones that pertain to would be wildlife issues. And the baiting bill is coming up tomorrow, everybody. Baiting bill tomorrow. You want to go and testify that? I've been looking at the stuff here. I mean, it is heavy in favor on the testimony, and I'm glad to see that because to me, there's no reason we can't. And if you go look at the opposition, most of it is either seems like bow hunters or bureaucrats, people that know better than us because they got a college degree, I guess.
And when it comes out of committee for a vote, Clay and I said, well, we're going to have the final vote. We'll put we'll put the link. Well, Clay's got the link at the top of all our pages but we'll put up that it's time to contact your representatives and senators and so Zach says, I'll be there. Corey says he can't hit shit with it. But
so I just wanted to put this up here. This is for Senate Bill 1237, otherwise known as the baiting bill.
2137.
2137, sorry. Yep, 2137. There you can see it right there. Tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m., that's the hearing in the House Energy and Natural Resources in the Catal A.B. If I remember that, Jamie, is that the one that's downstairs, the kind of that round one? I can't remember.
I want to say it's like I want to say it's like on the second floor. I think it's upstairs.
If you've never been there, though, feel free to go up there and ask when you come into the door. They will tell you where you need to go. Then go right here. If you want to give an online submission, right here you can do it. You can do submit testimony, and it's really easy. Just type one up and save it on your computer or your phone. There's a lot of easy ways you can do it. Hit submit testimony, fill in information, upload it, and it's that easy to do. It truly is, and I encourage everybody to do that.
I mean, the problem is there for me, Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Is at 8:30, man. I'm listening to Guns in the 701 on Mitchell in the morning with Clay Peterson.
Well, that's a good thing, but please go to the hearing. And I can't make it tomorrow, unfortunately, or I'd go. That's why I did submit mine in support of the bill. And right now it's got a lot of traction. The house is where the fight's going to be. There's no doubt about that. But I do encourage everybody to get out there. Like I said, it's very easy to do. It is so easy to do. And I encourage everybody to get out there and do it.
And I appreciate the Orange Army that comes in there from the Chronic Wasting Degree. What's it called there on Facebook? Their Facebook page?
Oh, I forget what they call it.
Chronic Wasting Dis-ease, but those boys show up in force with orange shirts on. So if you see them, they're on our team. I'm gonna get to some of these comments. Corey's got. He says iron. He couldn't hit shit with his iron sights. That's why he uses 17. The thing I bet Corey's problem is, Clay, is the 17's probably got like the U notch in the back and the one in the post. He's not used to the ghost ring sights with the. I hated that too, Corey, when I got my AR. Once I got it down, I would not go back to the old. I shoot them both pretty good, even for my eyes, but I think the ghost ring sights are more accurate. Yeah. You just got to put some ammo. I know you got plenty of money. It's falling out of your pockets. You're not married, so you got all kinds of money, dude. Go get yourself 100 rounds and practice up and show up there. So, Josh, he's late to the party. Better late than never, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Keith, good to have you here. Iron sights is the only way to shoot an AR in the truest form. Hey, if you're around on the 29th, Keith, up there, we'd love to have you come.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're going to have a good showing for that. We had a damn good showing for the last one. I will say that. If we can match that one, we'll be in high cotton.
I like this one. Dan Brown says, remember MVs, GAT701 includes shotguns. The Dickinson Trap Club will be open the next 2 Sundays from 1 to 4. There you go. Get out. You know, the weather's looking like it's going to be nice too. So get out there and throw a little red in the air.
I saw next week, Clay, they're saying looking like we got a Colorado low rolling up on us.
Well, right now mine's showing pretty good for this. But
okay.
I'm 100 miles south of it.
But I agree. Get out and shoot some shotguns. And we have gotten razzed about not doing shotgun videos. So
Paige says, Silver Fox, you the man. I love it.
Appreciate that. Yeah. It is silver too. Look at it.
It's Josh says, I don't think my iron sights are sighted in or close.
Get them going, buddy. Get them dialed in.
So quick before you do this, I'm going to share this quickly.
Yeah.
So this is 4027. This took place today. As you can see, Guns in the 701, we did submit our stuff here, so it was pretty easy to do, pretty harmless and easy. I thought it was a pretty good one that I wrote.
Indeed.
And then, of course, you've got Sons of Liberty, just Doug Charbonneau. This guy actually bought some tickets for our Farm Bureau Freedom delivery system.
Awesome.
So he's in that Fargo area and seems like a real good guy. And then the only person in favor, it's Sean Cleary, the guy who introduced this atrocity, claims he's a Republican, he might be a Republican, claims he's a conservative, and he's not. And if we got time, I'm going to go over what he submitted for testimony. But I think it's interesting that when you look at all the opposition on some of these bills, it's usually one of the politicians that either introduced it or just a random one, and they're the only ones supporting it. And when all of the people are saying no, it's either a governmental agency or the politicians themselves.
It's frustrating.
So that's pretty much all you need to know about some of these bills. But that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to go ahead and share.
Yep, no problem. All right, I'm going to hit a few more comments here. Corey's snowmobile, is that where he is now? Snowmobile in the Black Hills. Josh is what distance? Josh, we're going to start out at 75, and you're going to have to hit the front half of the deer. I think at 75, it's reasonable. Most people will hit it, I think, Clay.
Yeah,
right?
I think
70
that-
with
I
iron.
think that-
But if you hit it in the ass at 75 or the guts, you're out. We're gonna have to have it, and we're gonna move it. Whoever hits it, we move out another 50. The deer goes out 50, and if we get it out to 175 or 200, whatever, we're gonna have whoever's gonna hit it in that 5-inch punch out. You're gonna have to hit it in that.
Absolutely. Hey, my sister's listening. Well, she's sorry we're late. She's Larry and I are listening out there in Illinois. Boy, they know all about Floyd cards.
Great job on that.
Christy's the one that does the Star Spangled Banner when we open
Awesome.
up the show. That's
Awesome
my
job.
sister's. Thanks, sis. Glad you're listening. Love you.
See, Paige says Clary's lame. He's a liberal. She says
He is. He's a liberal. I'm telling you. But
and she's probably right about Sean's age too. She probably went to high school around the same time. I got Sean by about 8-9 years, so 7 maybe. So Josh says, "Shit, I can't even see that far. Get the glasses on, man. Come on. There's no red dots, no rim fires, man. Come on."
if I can do it, Josh, you can do it.
Yeah, Clay's got like the 2.0 reader, so
Yeah. And that little, what was that thing that we had? Those were pretty cool, and they did work. I might have to pull some of them.
yeah,
out.
the little things you stick them on your glasses, and then you can actually see your sight.
Can't
Really
remember what
good,
they were
really.
called. Do you remember what those were called?
Nah, but I mean, it was like $30, and you got like 20 of them. It was a pretty damn good deal. So we'll have to look it up. I know we talked about it, but
Yeah, we talked about them on air, and I just don't remember. You know what? We've been doing this 2.5 years with 130 some plus episodes. I don't remember them all.
yeah, on top of the specials and the 701 Nations, and
That's another thing. Thanks for tuning in when we covered President Trump's speech. My goodness.
Hey, we got some subs. We got a lot of subs from that, man.
We did, and I don't know. Last time I looked on X, I think it was 200 plus, moving up to 300. I didn't look at the rest of them, but it was very well received and watched, and we appreciate it. And we'll keep doing stuff like that. If there's something cool coming up like that, we're definitely going to go there. Beer goggles, doing the dance.
I'm trumping it, man. I'm doing the Trump dance. It's not beer, it's rum anyway. I like the way you work it, rum diggity. All right, go on, Clay.
She says Floyd card. I got one, even though I thought it was BS. Oh, I agree, sis. I agree. So, all right. Now you can
Trump. See, your sister saw it. That's right. Thank you.
I can't do
Christy,
it.
I see you. Yes. All right, Clay. So we I got somebody just tried to call me here. I love it.
Thanks for listening.
I'm not gonna out you and put you up there. You called me here.
You know what?
So
you can take it and then put it right up to your mic so we can hear it.
So it's not a totally all political show, right, Clay? We like to mix it up, and I personally like to do top 10 list of, and we're gonna go, and it ain't gonna take as long as it sounds, Clay. The 15 most popular rifle scopes. I got this off of Field and Stream. I got to give them credit. The 15 most popular rifle scopes, which they're taking their data off a Euro optic, is what I'm saying. Sorry.
Hey, keep them climbing. I'm watching the number go, and most of them are Twitter. Keep on climbing, Twitter. We love it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Trump's speech so awesome. Paige says, "Lady after ruined it." Yeah. Alicia, what was her name again?
I'll be honest. I have nothing I want to hear. So I did not listen because you know what? I'm done. I right now there is nothing a Democrat could say to change my mind, probably on anything. So I don't. Even
they made themselves look like complete asses.
Yep, they did.
Real quick, when we're talking about Dem, I don't know if some people maybe watch or familiar. Valhalla Tactical. He's a former SEAL. He's got a Facebook or YouTube channel. Had a deal on yesterday, Clay. I watched it. The cartels are shitting their pants right now, right? Because the crossings are down. And Fox. So they had a Fox News reporter interview one of them with his blacked out eye face or whatever. You know what they said? What do you think the cartel said? You know what they said? Here's what they said, Clay. We're going to wait this shit out for 4 years and hope Trump loses, because if a Democrat wins, it's going to be easy pickings for us again.
Imagine that.
I mean, if you vote for a Democrat, we've said you're kissing the cartel's ass, man. They love Democrats because they can human traffic, bring drugs up here, cut the shit out of people and murder them, and there's no consequences for them.
Not only that, Jamie, you're destroying the country because guess what?
100%.
You're going to let every illegal back in here, plain and simple.
Yeah. I mean, some people think that's not. They don't think that the facts pointed out, whether you want to believe it or not. And Clay,
absolutely,
legal or illegal, the majority of them end up supporting Democrats. Trump got the most Hispanic votes since, I think he even beat George Bush at like 32% or something. So what is that?
Like that, yeah.
I'm not good at math and Clay, but what's the other part of 32 that didn't vote for Trump? What percentage is that?
That didn't vote for Trump?
Yeah. Yeah, because Trump got 32% of the Hispanic votes, the immigrant vote. I mean, what's the other what's the rest of 32? I mean, right?
Well,
68% voted for Democrats. So if you're one of these dipshits who think immigrants fucking vote for goddamn Republicans, you're full of shit. The reality hits you in the face again. I'm tired of pointing this shit out to people. I don't give a shit what country you're from. And that includes white frickin' immigrants. They don't fucking, and most of them end up being Democrats too. That's why I don't want frickin' immigration. I want a 25-year moratorium on this shit.
You caught me off guard because I was doing some background stuff here.
I mathed it up myself, man.
Well, I saw someone was coming in and I sniped them.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We got to get some comments before we get into the best-selling rifle scopes of 2024 here. Go for it.
Yeah,
are you digging in?
No, go for it. We go ahead and bring them up here. I guess I can. Here we go. Dan Brown, he says, weren't those stickers you put on glasses called some kind of an aperture? I don't know. I know they had a name, but I don't
something site. Dan, we'll find it. In fact, I think I got some of them here.
And that says, hey, Christy, we rock as the ladies watching Guns on the 7. Christy, you'd like Lynette. I know you two would get along great.
Yeah.
That's Axe's wife. So
wow. See, we got to get Paige wants to come out. We got to teach her shooting. She wants to do some CCW, buy her own handgun, but she couldn't get it done this weekend, but we're going to get it done eventually for her.
I like your spirit, Keith. Keith O'Donnell says, we might have the cartels wiped out by then. Hopefully we just might.
I mean, they authorized not only drones but airplane strikes now. So
we're coming. Corey says ICE was involved in detaining a guy in Adams County. I heard about that, Corey. That's Adams County and that's in that Hettinger area. And I heard about that. There's been a few of them up in this area that aren't making the news. So they're out there. They're doing their job, and they're being allowed to do their job. And you know what? I'm just 100% tickled about that. Christy says 100%. We live 45 miles from Chicago.
Chirac.
I love it. And it's a crap show there. Trust me, with all the illegals, it's insane. And the mayor of Chicago is still defending its sanctuary city status. Yeah, I don't know if anyone watched those hearings. We're kind of going down a rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah, every one of them did. I don't know about Adams. Did Adams do it? Because he's kind of...
No, but all of them defended it. And every single one. And I think wasn't the Chicago mayor there? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. Brandon Johnson was there. He was 100%. I saw that scuzzball.
I mean, I saw the one from Boston. That stupid bitch. You know what? Cut all federal funding. If you guys got that attitude, how about take care of yourselves? Because I'll tell you what, a lot of federal money rolls in there for all kinds of things. So anyway.
Yep. All right, Clay, let's get back to it.
Yep.
Got what Corey said or get his up. Yeah, your sister said, Christy said he was there.
Yep,
he was there.
I would surprising.
He's just an absolute beta. I mean, you can just by looking at him and listening to the guy, he's a man.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
let's get some scopes, huh?
Yeah, let's get everybody's got their favorite scope. Eric's not on tonight, but I know he's a Burris guy, right?
He is, and nothing wrong with Burris. I have some Burris's, but mine's an Eliminator.
Yeah.
I checked out that new Burris Eliminator. Ooh, oof. I gotta say, I like it.
It looks badass, man. I love that. So according to Euro Optic, it's not out of Europe. It's a Euro. So they're one of the bigger scope sales. What do we got there?
Paige, she says, what is the best handgun, most basic to conceal and carry for women? What we could go into that tonight. We've done this before, but maybe just talk to one of us. Sometime.
Yeah, what you're gonna do is when you come out, we got about 5 of them lined up for you. In fact, Axe even has the Beth Dutton special lined up for you, Paige.
So there you go.
And I've shot that one, and Axe has. That's a 380. You'll love the color. It's you just come out and shoot them because I can tell you a perfect handgun to soak in clay, but if it doesn't fit your hand, it's not worth the shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I can throw some handguns in too. I would say, like we've told other people, try a bunch of them, see which one you like the best. And
that's the 100%
easiest way to find out. So.
All right, Clayton, we're getting into the top selling. This is their 2024. So this is up to date from the whole year. Clay, I'm going to give you the first crack at it. What do you think? I'm not even going to say what model. Just give me your number one. What do you think was the #1 scope brand sold in 2024?
Oh my goodness, the #1 scope brand, and I'll be honest, I did not. If it was in the article, I didn't read it. That part of it, I don't know. I bet you it's got to be. It's got to be Vortex.
Well, you're wrong, but this one's actually made in the USA. Even all right, let me give you a second chance here. Give me the. What do you think it is? A 3x9x40, 4x12, 4-16. What do you think the #1 magnification was?
Oh, it's got to be 3 to 9. Of course, I'm old.
All right, you nailed that one, buddy. You nailed that one. Yeah. So the #1 scope on the list, Josh said Vortex too,
yep.
Which I tell you what, if I didn't read it, Vortex would have definitely been my #1 guess.
Yep.
Loophole VX Freedom 3 to 9x40 with the Hunt Plex in it.
So it's my scope because I have lots of 3 to 9 Leopolds. Mine are all Vari X2s though, so I've had them a while.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I wouldn't even have guessed. I wouldn't have guessed 3x9 either. I'd have said 3 to 12.
Let me tell you something about Loophole quick. Like they have awesome customer service. I went hunting out in Wyoming with that. I fell. It was my own fault. It hit against the side of a piece of granite up on a little trail. Bent the scope. We sighted it in so I could keep hunting because there's no way I was riding out 10 miles again to go get something else out of the pickup. When I got back home and I sent them all the stuff, I said, here, if you can fix it. They said, yeah, send it in. They couldn't fix it. They sent me another new one. I imagine it was one of the refurbished ones, but, certified. Free of charge, man. I mean, and I've still got that scope. That scope is on that gun back there on that 270. So I do recommend them because their service is outstanding.
So, and I can tell you, I'm familiar with this scope, not a ton, but they do have different. You can get like the drop reticles. Yep. I think anyway. So I'm not going to go through the prices and all that shit, Clay, because that would take too long and that'd probably bore the shit out of people. But let's go to #2. Here we go. Vortex Venom 1 to 6x24. And this is, of course, the one of, the LPVO. You put on your AR, you can zoom that sucker back to 1 power or up to 6. Okay. I would definitely, if you're looking at LPVO, I would go at least 8 power. I saw one that was, I think it was a 10 power. I can't remember who made it, but I want one of them bad. And they a lot of times will come with the mount that you can put right on there. But yeah, so the LPVO, I wouldn't have guessed that would have been #2. I know ARs, and it's got the AR BDC reticle in it too. So, really? And usually they go out to like 600. Those are pretty sweet. And I mean, like I said, you can zip that sucker back, home defense. You go on 1 power, or if you want to reach out to 6 power, and it's got most of them got like a little handle. You can do it. #3. Crossfire, Vortex Crossfire, 4 to 12x50. There we go. Boom! You get the more magnification. I like the higher magnification scopes.
I do too. I like my magnification. Always have. I've got a lot of high power, magnification. Doesn't always help, but as you saw on my Prairie Dog gun, it just works just fine on that.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on. That's one nice thing of like I said, them LPVOs. Now they got the higher power ones that go up to 10. I think even 12 power, some of them. So I mean, you're going for home defense all the way out to Prairie Dog range because I mean, it's awesome, man. I love those things. Next up, Vortex Venom 525 by 56. I mean, this is for the long range guys. I mean, it looks like it's got to me, I'm looking at like the 30 millimeter tube instead of the 1 inch. Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, it's sweet. Guessing this thing's probably about $700-800. Hey, Yingling out on here.
And you gotta remember too, Vortex, Leupold, those are good scopes with a moderate price, and that's why they're so popular.
Right. I got Vortex. I actually don't have a Leupold, to be honest with you. I got Vortex, I got Burris, and I've never had a problem with any of them. And I know people who own Leupolds love them. I mean, they hold their zero real good. I mean, it ain't like you're gonna get one of them $1,000 where you're 12 and you bang on the sumbitch and put it back on us. They say it holds zero. I personally, Clay, I still want to see that shit happen. Like, hey, you can take this and screw it off and then bang it on the table and screw it back on. I'm like, okay, I want to see that happen.
You know what? Maybe we need to do that test. Maybe we need to contact Leupold and say, hey, we want to test it, see if they'll send us one.
tingle went down my leg.
All right.
All right, next up, Vortex. Here we go again, Clay. Diamondback. I have a Diamondback. Mine's a HP. Love that sucker. This is a 3 to 9 by 40. Mine's a higher magnification. Got the drop reticles in it. And this does say the one that is on here, the Deadhold BDC. Works great. Their drop BDC works great. Burris's works great. Man, Vortex, they got to be making a ton of money. Yeah.
You got to remember, number one was Leopold, but everything after that's been a Vortex.
It's been Vortex, man. And this next one too, Clay, Vortex Venom, 3 to 15 by 44. First focal plane. If you know what first focal plane is, it's, you got the turrets and you drive. It doesn't have the drop reticles in it like the second focal plane does.
Yeah,
and then
first and second.
A second focal plane with the drop reticles, if you zoom it in or zoom it out, a little longer range, it'll affect your impact, where first focal plane will not, whether you're backed off to 3 or zoomed all the way into 15. And it's MOA. That one's got the minute of MOA clicks. Again, Vortex, next up, Crossfire 2. We got another LPVO, 1 to 4 by 20. Man, 4 power, just not enough freaking magnification for me at all, Clay. I mean, if you live down in a big tree area, probably, right? If your longest shot's going to be like 120, 150.
Yeah, that's pretty low power out here. You're probably not going to get a lot of shooting with that. I mean, you might. I mean, guys used to hunt with the old Lever K4s.
I mean, my dad's still got like a fixed 6 power, and I'm shocked at how he can hit shit with his Creedmoor.
Hey, them guys knew where things shot.
yeah. I mean, it blows my mind, but they do. All right, Clay, here we go. Leopold's coming back on your VX5 HD, 3 to 15 by 44. This definitely ZL2. This looks like a 30 millimeter longer range thing here. Oh, maybe not illuminated. They got the rifle fire dot duplex reticle. Okay, so it does have. It's got an
illuminated one. Yeah,
right in the middle. And I've looked to them right there. They're pretty for illuminated reticle. They're pretty clear.
I like mine. I have an LPS on my 338 Lapua, and that's got an illuminated reticle. I love it. Only I always forget to turn the damn thing off, and then the battery's usually dead. But I've been there. It is nice.
I've been there. So we got one coming up now. It hasn't been on here yet. Definitely have looked through these, and they are badass. Night Force ATAC R 4 to 16 by 42 F1. I mean, you can tell by this sucker's beefy, right? We got the big tube on this one. This ain't some spaghetti here.
I like Night Force. The reason I have that LPS is because I could not get a Night Force. I had to wait like 3 to 4 weeks for it because they were so busy back then. I didn't want to wait, so I went with the LPS.
And Night Force is one of them where they claim bang this shit on the table and put it back on.
I can tell you, I've been around a few people with them. They take a beat and they do work. Now, I've never seen anyone take one off and beat it and put it down, but I've seen some pretty rough stuff, and they seem like they hold.
I can tell you the Loophole, the first one we talked about, the Loophole, they dropped that sucker out of a helicopter at like 300 feet with an attack. They shot it, dropped it on an AR, picked it back up and shot it. And I mean, it maybe was a quarter inch off of their first 3-shot group. So I was, so the Night Force, that next up we go Vortex again, Strike Eagle right here. I've looked through these 1 to 8 by 24. This is the LPVO again. Sweet scope. Strike Eagles they sell a ton of these things too. Yeah. That would be an 8 power. You can reach out with that again. Viper after that. My PST Gen 2 1 to 6 by 24. Same thing here. LPVO. It's nice freaking scope. Again, there's just Night Force come up again here. NX8 4 by 32. I mean, that's massive magnification. What's the highest magnification scope you got, Clay? I got a 25 power, and if I'm shooting predators, I got to zoom it out when I see one to try and find them again.
I believe it's 20. It's a Nikon Monarch, and I believe that's a 22 on my Prairie Dog gun. That's the highest one I got.
And I mean, this thing has turrets. They look like freaking castles, and they're tall. So I mean, tons of freaking adjustment.
For Nikon, they haven't been into that was a good scope. That still is. They made good optics.
They're getting back into it now. Somebody told me.
I heard that, but I heard that was actually false. But we'll see.
Okay, we'll see. Fake news. That's fake news, Clay.
Look at this. I missed a whole bunch of comments in Rumble. We'll get to them here in a little bit.
Okay, well, let me finish this up, and we'll get to them there. Right, we're getting to the Trigicon Credo HX18 by 28.
Wow.
Yeah, see what I mean? These low power variables are getting popular. It's 1 to 8 it's a hunt. They're saying a hunting rifle scope.
Huh.
MOA segmented circle. Not sure what kind of reticle that is. We got a Zeiss Conquest. You know, my buddy Wyatt, he had a Zeiss. Man, I'm not saying this Zeiss is like that, but the one he had, him and I were both completely not impressed with the.
I'm trying to remember.
With the glass on that.
Conquest. So Zeiss came out. That's when I was still at the NRA. They came out with what I would call your mid-range that would compete with, say, the Vortex and the Leupold.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not going to hang with the Vortex one. Maybe they improved them. This was like 4 years ago that Wyatt had this.
I can't tell you a whole lot about them. Those seem like good glass, but they're high-end stuff. I've had one of them. I will tell you, it was a good piece of glass.
Okay.
It really was.
Okay.
That was an expensive damn scope.
Next up, Zorovsky Z3 3 to 10, and I have looked through some Zorovsky scopes. I was definitely
Good
pleased
stuff.
with. Right. They probably charge more than what they're worth. I will say that, Clay. So that was. Why just sent me a text? It sucked. So that Zorovsky was the last one on the list. Yeah, Plex reticle, so it's got the drop in it. And my buddy Brad has a Zorovsky. I don't remember what it is, but he dialed it in with the bullet, and he turned the turrets out to 800. And I mean, that sucker will pop a milk jug for you at 7mm mag and that. So
awesome.
So there you go. The top 10 2024 rifle scopes. Kind of bipped through it, but hey, no Tascos, Doug says.
No Trashco. Imagine that. Wow, no Trashco.
Yeah, you'd think it would, right? Because a lot of Tascos go on 22s.
Yeah, Josh says Jake has a Night Force on his AR. I looked through it at the last challenge at Axel.
Yeah,
it is. They make good optics. They truly, truly do.
Yeah.
So these a little outdated, but we got God Save Our Republic. It's the only candidate you would agree with 100% all the time is you. Maybe.
Right. Right. He's 100% right.
I love it. He goes, Clay for county commissioner. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
absolutely.
I know who he is. And we met him at the Selfridge Prairie Dog shoot. So you know what? Don't count me out because this time if I do it, I'm going to actually put a real campaign together. I didn't lose by much last time, and I'm pretty sure I can win that one. Let's see. Done. Someone said we got Carnal.
And carnal knowledge.
Yeah, it says you can buy guns online out of state. Yes, you can. You can buy them online out of state, especially long guns. If it's a pistol, it doesn't much matter because a pistol's got to be taken to an FFL anyway, and all of them guns have to go through an FFL. So that's why you can do that. It's pretty, what state? Any state, I think.
Right, so if I bought one from Little Angry Man Arms, they would still have to ship it to an FFL here in North Dakota.
They just got to ship it to an FFL in your state of residence.
And I would recommend Mandan Sporting Goods for that $49 transfer fee.
There you go. Perfect. And the same way in South Dakota, send it down to Little Angry Man Firearms because he's got great service, guys. He really does. John does a great job down there.
Got a YouTube channel, too.
Eric's actually, I think Eric was looking at a gun. Plus, Eric took his gun to Horton Lasercraft and had him do some engraving on it for the North Dakota North Dakota Taxidermy Association. So, yeah, thanks for supporting our sponsors. Absolutely.
Awesome, man.
Let's see. So, JD's very loud.
Who I am? Sorry.
Yeah, so that's Carnal.
All right, let me turn it down here a little bit, Carnal. I'm naturally allowed. Clay will tell you. I mean in person, I'm a loud guy. My voice just freaking booms. I'm sorry.
You can't buy guns from another state. You can buy guns from another state if you're in North Dakota. But you can actually do. But if you're doing it online, it's going to have to be shipped to an FFL. That's just unfortunately, that's the way that's got to be. Thank you, feds, for that stuff. God save our Republic.
Keeping you safe.
He says South Dakota is nice too. So there you go. I thought I better get to those. Sorry, guys, I missed them over there.
Appreciate you, Rumble.
All right.
Awesome.
So I think before we do our mag dumps, let's take our big break. Thanks some sponsors, pay some bills, and then we'll be back. And I'm going to change my mag dump a little bit. I want to bring some satire and have some fun. So
I like that. All right, Clayton.
So, all right, there. We'll be right back after this break and out there's. Supporting our advertisers.
located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
And we are back. How we doing? Did you need that break?
Yeah, I did. 54-year-old prostate needed a little break there.
It happens, don't it?
Hey,
So-
Dougie says, don't forget I'm obnoxious, too. I am obnoxious. Not on purpose. I just am because I'm a loud bastard.
Oh. I've never seen him go streaking though, Hack. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I haven't done that. Not that I have it. You just haven't seen it.
Well, I haven't seen it. I'm okay with that, by the way. So I thought I had another mag dump, but let's have some fun with one. How about that?
Yeah, I'm in, Clayton.
So this comes from the Babylon Bee. I'm telling you.
I love it. Yeah.
So I'm going to read what they say word for word. If someone gets offended, pound sand. I really don't care. Don't give them any ideas. Just a second. All right. So
fluff it up first before you run.
And I love this. It's the guide to picking the right gun. So it's right there, right? It's a perfect guide. Well, everyone can agree that guns are awesome. And if you don't think so, you're probably gay. It can be difficult to determine which gun is right for any given scenario. The manly gun experts at the Babylon Bee, we are here to help you know exactly which gun you need for each job. So, number 1, general home defense. The M1 Grand. Enjoy the sweet sounds of storming Omaha Beach right in your living room.
It's proven.
Then when the clip goes ding, then you know you're out, right?
And that is a clip. Clay was right there when he said clip.
Yep,
he wasn't.
That's a real clip. Deer hunting. What do you think they're advocating for deer hunting?
Oh, bolt action for sure.
Bazooka.
Oh,
yeah. It'll get the job done, right? Just aim, point in the general direction, and let her rip. All right.
Yep.
Attracting the ladies. Ooh, hey, ladies. What do you think the best gun would be for that? Well, guns don't work here. You'll need an oversized sword. I love that, the way they emphasize.
Sword? Did they throw that in there?
Sword? Well, I added that little part, but they did say sword.
Maybe the rabbit.
Political debates. A Marlin flintlock pistol should be accurate up to 10 paces. I love that. Put them back out on the lawn.
That's even questionable in real life, but anyway.
Scaring away your daughter's suitors. This is one just for you, Jamie. You've got daughters. The trusty old Remington 870 12 gauge. Simply rack the pump action and watch those pencil neck dweebs scurry away.
Beat it, Schiff.
I just love it.
Hey, to be fair, the 2 guys my daughter's been talking to, one of them actually has one of these that he carries around diligently.
Awesome.
And the other one definitely is a gun guy. So I'm like, you're on the right track right now.
On the right track. Did the other one get rid of the one we didn't like?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, the guy who didn't hunt and didn't really give a shit.
That's good to hear.
Nice enough guy, but
right.
You know what? If you don't like guns in the 701, piss off. You're not worthy.
There, go pound. All right, here we got number 6. Dealing with bounty hunters sent by Jabba the Hutt to collect the price on your head. The Blast Tech DL44 works best if you're the one who shoots first.
Yeah, isn't that Han Solo's?
Yeah, yep. That's why I'm pretty sure that's why they threw in old Jabba the Hutt. All the young people are going, what's that? That's a great scene, ain't it? He's got what's her face on a leash right there in scantily clad attire. But anyway.
Yeah, enough to choke him out, though.
Yeah. We won't even go down that. Seeing your bros from across the room. What do you think the best gun is?
What was it? About your bros?
Seeing your bros across the room.
Oh, 1911.
Oh, finger gun. Hey, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was number 8, fighting off fanatical alien zealots who are trying to trigger a super weapon that will destroy all life in the galaxy.
Think from Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Trusty MA5B assault rifle with Coppola sticky grenades.
Well, we saw the sticky grenades on Private Ryan.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sticky bomb.
Don't hold on to it too long. It'll vaporize you.
Not good. Driving cattle through yonder pass with the Comanches arrive. What is that going to be? This one you probably get.
Oh, heavy lever action for sure.
Had nice old, it says the trusty old lever action classic. Yes. Looking like a tool at the range. Oh, wait, I got a picture for that. I think it's still in here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right here. Yep, this is what a fuck.
There it is. Oh. Looking like a tool at a. I'm trying to go through the Babylon Bee's brain here on this one. A Steyr AUG.
A tactical lever action with all the bells and whistles.
Because as mentioned last week, bullpups are gay.
Yeah, that's right. That was mentioned, wasn't it?
Hey, I got a bullpup, man. Yeah, sorry.
5th grade sleepover.
Rubber band gun.
Close. Nerf Elite Team CS50. Revel in the mournful cries of your enemies as they fall in a hail of foam bullets. Hey,
those are sweet. Those Nerf guns are awesome.
My boys had those full auto ones too. I mean, I'm telling you, that was a lot of fun here. We'd have a lot of class 3 Nerf guns.
Class 3.
Road Rage. Here we go. This one, I think you own this one, maybe.
Can't be a Ruger.
No. Glock 19. But there is a stipulation. It's got to be held sideways.
Kamala owns a Glock, so yeah.
That's right. She owns a Glock.
Yeah, allegedly.
She loves black guns. Anyway, fending off a mob of commie Antifa.
Double barrels. Glock make one. Anyway.
Yeah, fending off a mob of, this is number 13, fending off a mob of commie Antifa soy boys.
Oh, I mean, Ruger 1022. That's all you need for the soy boys.
Said no gun needed. Just misgender them and they'll run away. And that there is your top 13.
Hey guys,
yeah, your top 13 guide to picking the right gun. There, I thought we'd have a little fun.
I like it. Good job. Different. Good job, Clay. Good job, Babylon B.
I should have probably saved that for tomorrow morning on Todd's show. But
oh God, Todd would love that one.
I could probably do it again. I mean, there's
no. All right, Clay.
What's your make?
My make dump? Not quite as
I think I know what
comedic as Clay's was. So we talked Monday on Michael Bell's show about that coyote hunt, right? The coyote contest, and people were getting butthurt about it.
We did.
So down in Wyoming, Clay, they got a new law. They just in their 2025. There's a couple of them here I'm going to talk about, but first one is called the quote clean kill predator law, prompted by the high-profile torture of a wolf. That led to a list of new Wyoming wildlife laws. Yeah. And Clay and I talked about this too here. The new law outlining predator torture prompted, like I said, by the torture of this wolf. A significant change in Wyoming's wildlife policy during their 2025 session. Of course, criticized lawmakers for not outlawing running over wolves with snowmobiles or doing more to protect dogs from getting maimed or killed in traps, which I'll get into that too.
Yep.
I mean, so here's the thing we're talking about, the torture thing here. I mean, this was nearly a year of debate over the treatment of wolves in Wyoming. Governor Gordon, I mean, he's been off and on with pro-gun and stuff shit with us this year, right, Clay? I mean, really been against us.
To give you a little background, it happened February 29th last year in Daniel, Wyoming, which is in Sublette County.
Yep. And a guy ran over a wolf with a snowmobile, duct taped his mouth shut on him, and brought it into the bar. And I saw the video. He was kicking it around and shit.
It was
honestly,
bad, it really was.
Honestly, the guy was being a piece of shit, really. I'm just going to say that.
Absolutely.
Listen, if you're going to kill something, and I know how they eat a calf alive, a wolf. But if you're going to kill something, do it humanely and do it quickly, right, Clay?
It's like we said then, and I don't support the torture either. And if you're going to do it, do it. Get it done and do it. And this guy did not do that, and there was no reason for it. And as a hunter, I got to justify my statement. Right? Say as a hunter,
lifelong hunter.
Just as a normal person, I don't support that crap either. Do not torture it like that. Just don't do it.
Right. And I mean, if you shoot a damn gopher and you wound it, you want to kill it again, or you don't sit there and
Right.
Anyway, so the guy who did this is Dan Roberts. What was it? Cody Roberts. He was the guy who did this, right? According to the events, like I said, duct taped it, and $250 is what they fined him. $250. Illegal possession of a warm-blooded animal. Seemingly light punishment is what sparked the whole thing, right? To get this clean kill law into effect. I can't. Where the heck was the fines are up to a felony or something here. I can't.
Yeah, first offense of cruelty to animals under their deals, a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment, not more than 6 months, a fine not more than $5,000 or both. Person shall also be subject to revocation and suspension of their licenses and privileges. That's one of them. And then there is a felony cruelty. I pulled up the bill here.
Yeah, so it says while the new law dictates that predators must be killed as quickly as possible, it doesn't forbid running them over with snowmobiles or other vehicles, and that still amounts to torture, detractors argued. Representative Mike Schmid, Republican Labarge, introduced a separate bill to outlaw running predators over, a practice commonly called whacking or mashing. That bill failed, as did Schmid's attempt to introduce an amendment to HB 275. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably against that.
Yeah, I've ran over a lot of coyotes and killed them.
Yeah, I mean,
on the
road, like running them down with a snowmobile. I mean, yeah, I'm not a rancher, and I just whatever. I
can tell you this: if it's about predator control, to me, I equated it's no different than taking a plane up and shooting them, right? You used to be able to do that. Now you got to be certified. But
I mean, I think you're going to die quicker if you get hit with a bullet than a snowmobile running you over. But
what you did on the snowmobiles, if you really want to know how this was done, maybe back in the day, I wouldn't know. But anyway, you took them, you would get the right gun. I ain't gonna say what we used or what was used, not we. And then you can change your snowmobile thing so it's a motorcycle deal, so you got a little more control.
Yeah.
On the thumb, and you basically drive up alongside of them. But we haven't had enough snow to do that in years and shoot them. And
I'm down with that. I'm just saying, just running them down till their tongue's hanging out, and you just drive over the bastards.
Yeah.
I mean, and I got buddies who've done that. And I don't know. They thought it was funny. I did, and I was just like, all right, man, if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But
just
whatever.
You know what? If it's predator control and you got a goal, get them done, get it dead, call it a day. I'm not about torturing either.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, Clay said the fines for it, and it's up to the clean kill predator. One more thing here, Clay. It's the dog trapping bill that passed. Afton resident Becky Barber spurred into action February 2024 when her 8-year-old English Bull Terrier Jester was killed in a beaver trap. I mean, if you know what a beaver trap is, that's something slammed shut. There was no getting on it. I mean,
it's done.
Yeah, it had been set near a road where she and other residents were walking their dogs. And I'll finish this and I'll give you my comment here.
Yep.
She and others got behind Senate File 139. It's called for mandatory setbacks for traps from public roads and trails and other reforms that promoters hoped would help protect dogs. Opponents argued that it would have unintended consequences for Wyoming trappers and that dog owners should be primarily responsible for keeping their pets safe. The bill passed the Senate but failed introduction to the House. Even so, Barber told Cowboy State Daily that she's determined to keep trying. SF 139 went further, this is her comment, than any previous attempts at trapping reform. So if a bill introduced during the 2026 session, it could pass. We're rallying and moving forward. Man, I'm kind of, I can see both sides of this, Clayton.
Yeah, I'd be a no vote. I made my decision. I'd be a no vote, but I'll tell you why after. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, I probably would be too. Beavers get close to trails and shit. We got a walking trail right and I see they take trees down. They wreck the trees. It takes trees forever to grow here. You know that. I know that. Yep. Most people. And man, but I see that. I sympathize with dog owners with that shit. I don't want to see your pet get caught in that damn thing. But yeah, I mean, if you see him running down, you gotta bring him back. I'd have been a no vote, so I'm for sure.
No, I would have been a no vote for a couple of reasons. A, I don't want it applied to every trail in the whole state. If they were, and that's what that would have been. That wouldn't have been for somebody's little trail outside their little town. And I've never seen the trail this gal's talking about. Does it go up by the creek, I'm assuming, or the stream the whole way? Or does it just one little part? So, my advice to her is take responsibility as ownership of your property, which is the dog. put it on a damn leash, and don't let it go down there, because I know where they're setting traps and it ain't up on the damn trail. And that's why I'm against it. I don't want to make a law. I wouldn't want to make a law or sign on to one that's going to affect everybody in the state under different circumstances, because one woman got mad because her dog got killed because she let the son of a bitch roam. Plain and simple.
Right. And that is it. I mean, when I'm walking down here on the trails, and I do it quite a bit, and once the weather's nice, the vast majority of people, their dog sticks right with them, or they have them on a leash, as you say. I very seldom have I seen one running down by the running water where the beaver dams are and that. And I'm
now everything I said, and I stand by it. If they want to make some kind of a...
And Clay's a dog owner. Ain't like Clay's like,
owner,
I hate your goddamn dog.
No, I love dogs. Cats, that's different. But anyway, dogs, I love dogs. But I'm telling you right now, if they want to do something, I don't know what Wyoming's laws state, but maybe what you do is if they know that the stream or the area they're going to be trapping, whether it be beaver or anything, muskrat, it goes up along a trail like that. That's probably an improved trail that wasn't there probably forever. Then maybe make it so it's marked and the people can log
got
in.
into their territory.
Yeah. and have it registered maybe with Game and Fish on a website where they have their trap, so that if someone wants to go out, they can actually go out there, got on the website. Oh, there's a trapper in this area and he has traps out there, so they can take a precaution and make sure they got their dog leashed. This is a simple solution, really. Leash your dog. I would.
Right, because if you put it this way, if you're on a trail and your dog's not leashed, and here comes somebody else with their leash dog, and I've definitely seen this happen, Clay. They get in a freaking fight, and I'm not going to lie to you, it pisses me off when the dog on the leash is at a disadvantage and the other one starts kicking his ass. I'm like, well, your fucking dog's unleashed and is beating the shit out of this poor bastard, and the dog leash is pulling it back, and this dog's getting his ass kicked, and he's trying to fight back, and I'm like, would you let your dog go or get in between him and stop him, because he's getting his ass kicked for no goddamn reason here?
Well, like we have Sadie, and we know Sadie's very, very much a protective dog. She protects this place.
Which I fully understand that.
I mean, she hates other dogs other than the other one lives there. Right. And we absolutely know if there's going to be someone here with a dog, that we either need to lock her up, in the entry, or put her on a leash. And that's what we do. We do the responsible thing, because we know she's aggressive towards other dogs. That's why we don't take her anywhere else either, because why would we? She's very much she's very determined to go and grab the other dog and take care of it.
Right on a gizzard.
Yeah, so it comes down to responsibility. And to me, this lady, she failed to take the responsibility for her private property, that being the dog, and wants to blame these evil trappers. I bet you money if you talk to her, I bet you she hates.
Oh, she wants it all out completely. I bet you any damn money. So.
And I would love to interview her, because the way she talks, I saw some of the interviews on that thing. I would bet she wasn't from Wyoming to begin with either, but who knows?
I wouldn't doubt that. Well, hey, neither was Governor Gordon. He's from California.
Yeah, go figure. And his decisions say everything, don't they? So anyway, I would not vote for a bill like this if it came up in North Dakota, because of the same reason. There has to be personal responsibility, and blaming everybody else for the death of your dog because you failed to take care of it. That's on you. Just plain and simple.
So to recap, I'd have been a yes and a no.
Yeah, there you go. I would have voted yes on the other one as well.
Yeah. I don't. You can call me candy ass or whatever, but I'm torturing animals doesn't.
Torture. Yep. I'm with you on that.
I get it, man. I've watched videos of coyotes and wolves taking down, eating elk, biting on their ass, and taking. I get it. That's brutal and that sucks, but it just. So, duct taping them and kicking them after you shot, run them over. I mean, that's sadistic kind of.
All right, let's go to a few of these.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
And then we'll probably do the Happy Chronicles.
Ooh.
So, all right, we'll go back here. Corey, there we go. Nerf gun challenge. Nerf gun. Dougie says, hey, or fencing pliers is what I've heard talking about taking out coyotes. I did respond. He goes, Yeah, I've heard that a steel post works too. Yeah, I've heard.
I mean, I've seen some wounded personally and had to do it with a. Yeah.
Hey, I did not have a gun with me. I actually hit a coyote on the road. He ran right out in front of me in the middle of the night, and I dispatched him because what was I supposed to leave him there paralyzed? It broke his
Right, you
spine.
can leave him laying there whimpering, or you can freaking one thump on the head, man. And it's
for whatever
realistically.
reason, I pulled my guns out of the pickup that night, and I had no firearm, which is a rarity. So I used the next best thing I had. It took one swing and took care of it, if I remember right. Actually, I'm not so sure Corey wasn't with. Anyway, Trampas says hitting them on the ski also works. Corey, come on down to our place and see the beaver destruction they cause. And you need to set traps in their runs. That's right, Big Noble.
Yeah.
And I've seen it at Corey's. I've seen it at your place, Jamie. Beavers are very destructive. All I got to do is travel north up here to the Cedar River, up by the bridge on the road. And I'm telling you right now, they'll take down every
Clay.
tree
In one night, they can wipe out more trees than you can freaking believe.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, what's Dougie got? He says, Corey, sounds like you need some beaver slayers down there.
Yeah, I'm in.
Does.
Got a couple extra beds. Let's get it.
Christy, another one of those professional victims in society. Probably. I'd love to know her background. And Corey, Doug says, one time Clay does not have a gun. Boy, it don't happen often.
I mean, even your 22 Magnum would have.
Anything. I had nothing with me that night. If I remember right, I'd been somewhere and I was afraid someone might break in. And I wouldn't be there. I don't honestly remember.
Get one of them shotgun things where they open the door and then boom, the shotgun show.
I want to thank everyone joining in now, but we're getting close to the end of the program. But hey, glad to have you on, and we will be here every Thursday, 7:00 p.m.
I mean, we ain't done yet, so don't.
But yeah, thanks. I appreciate everybody.
It ain't gonna be 2 hours, I can tell you that.
No.
Yeah. Your sister says you're slacking, brother.
I was that night.
Yeah. It's pretty rare I'm caught without some sort of.
Me too. It's
like a pocket knife too, man. Sometimes I go to work and I'm like, grab my pot. I'm like, I need one. And I'm like, oh, I forgot my freaking knife. No way. It annoys the shit out of me.
Let's do one more quick ad.
Yep.
Sponsor. We'll come back and do the happy ending chronicle. So we'll be right back.
Let me see your war face. That's a war face. Now let me see your war face. You don't scare me.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website.
And we're back.
Yeah, we are.
Caught off guard there, didn't I?
Yeah, catching up on some catching up on a few texts I got here when we were doing the show. But are we ready to hit the?
I think we're ready to hit the happy ending chronicle.
Happy ending chronicle, Clay. All right, here we go. Let's do it, baby. I told you this is probably going to be my favorite happy ending chronicle we've did to date. All right, so police in Kentucky say a 14-year-old boy. This is why it's my favorite, Clay.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
a 14-year-old boy. Just a little young guy. He can't do nothing, right? He was at home by himself when two pieces of shit broke in. But the similarities to Home Alone, Clayton, my friend, they ended right there. NBC News reports in a news release, Kentucky State Police said a 9/11 call about a shooting incident was received at 4:24 a.m. Sunday, right? Early in the morning. Troopers determined that the two men involved had forcibly entered a residence with the intention of stealing, Clayton, as is pertaining right to the firearms from a safe. So they've been sniffing around, casing the place, probably eyeballing through the windows and shit, right? And I mean, okay, during the break-in, a juvenile resident of the home discovered the intruders and saw them holding firearms. The juvie, acting in self-defense, retrieved a handgun. So obviously his dad knew, hey, here's a handgun. His parents, I'm not here. Here's a freaking handgun. You know what to do. Shot both of the scumbags before they escaped through a bedroom window. Chief Jeff Couch, right? So like right now you're like, shit, they got away, right? Hang on. Chief Jeff Couch of the Manchester Police Department tells NBC News that no other residents were home at the time. He says the boy used a handgun that belongs to his father. What?
Right. Awesome.
What? Police identified the two shot pieces of dog shit as 44-year-old Roger. 44 freaking year old guy, and you're breaking into people's goddamn houses, right? Yeah. Who died from his injuries in a local hospital. Good. Yay! Need that cheering thing you got in your. And 51-year-old, a 50 freaking 1 year, a 44 and a 51-year-old guy, and they're breaking into fucking houses.
Wow.
Jeffrey Allen, who was pronounced dead at the scene, Clay. The 14-year-old boy is not in custody, and no charges have been filed.
Now that's a happy ending chronicle.
So they break in, Clay. Let's imagine this kid's never been taught how to use firearm safety. His dad never told him what it was. Two shitheads break in, pieces of complete shit. Yep. 44 and a 51-year-old man break into. They steal shit. They see this kid. What do you think they're going to do? Just leave because this kid's seen him? No. You know what they're going to do? They're going to kill him. They're going to choke him out or beat his ass to death.
Right.
But
that's exactly what they had in mind.
Goddamn right they did, Clay. They thought nobody was home because the father wasn't. He probably worked night shift or something. And the kid was home. Broke in there and the kid killed, but he got both of them, man. I love that. I love that. And
yes,
you know, my daughter, she's got she's got a gun in her, within reach, and she does have ammo that will. It's not for birds. and there are handguns in the house that they both know how to use, and so I mean, if I'm not home, I'm completely confident. If somebody comes in here looking to steal guns or whatever they're looking for, hey, let's steal this guy's rum. You're in trouble.
Like my sister said, she goes, they experienced the FAFO. Yes, they did.
I love it, man. Yeah.
That is definitely a great happy ending chronicle. I love it. I'm going to grab that. I still have it. It's on a different computer. Remember when I made the intro for the happy ending or the, what do we used to call it?
Yeah. Stuck the gun in the guy's mouth there.
The Glock. Of the week. Yeah, I'm going to bring that back.
I had a nice rocking up.
Right in the freaking mouth.
He just plugged it right in that sucker's mouth.
It was great.
Yeah, so that's freaking awesome. I heard that one. I don't remember what podcast I was listening to, and I checked it out, searched it up, and found it, and I was like, oh, yeah. I had a different one here, which was, man, it was still pretty good. It was 3 or something that tried to carjack this guy and didn't work out for them either. But I just like this one because well-placed shots by the 14-year-old guy there, and got her handled. None got stolen. He did society a favor.
Absolutely.
Because you're telling me a 44-year-old and a 51-year-old haven't been doing this shit their whole. They didn't just start being pieces of shit, Clay. They've been that way for a while.
You know what? The best thing that ever happened was now they are, room-to-room temperature.
Right.
no more going to be a problem. Right?
And I hope the 14-year-old sleeps like a baby the rest of his life, because he should.
I hope he does, but I imagine it will probably do something. But I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. I know one thing. I wouldn't want my son. I wouldn't want to come up to you. You've been around him. You know how he is.
No, for sure, for sure.
So, especially if he's got that Kel-Tec, which he pretty much, that's his gun now. I just want to get myself another one.
Yeah, you do. You have an OD green one.
There, yeah. I just, I don't need much of an excuse to get one. By the way, speaking of new guns, I gotta give a thank you out to the Grant County Fair Board up there in Carson, North Dakota. I won a gun, Jamie. I couldn't.
That's right, you did.
Usually I just donate, right?
6.5, man. I mean,
yeah, it's a man bun gun. No, it's a 6.5 Creedmoor. It's the Howa. It has that kind of that nice stock on it. It's even
the Hogue. It's the Hogue over molded rubber. Yep, you sent me that picture.
It's a stainless steel with a. It's already threaded for a suppressor. So I thought about maybe trading it. I think I'm going to keep it. We get a scope for it, and I don't know. I might make that another prairie dog gun.
Well, you can buy the dropout like 10-round magazine. It just screws right back into the bottom of there. So,
which would be great because I like just tweaking libs if they see it. Big magazine, but anyway.
Oh, for sure.
But no, that looks, and I've had Howas in the past. Not a lot of them. They seem like they're very accurate and they shoot well. So who knows?
We got that nice hacked hack 2 or HACT hack 2 trigger. Yeah, breaks real nice. Yeah, Howas are. I mean, they got Japanese steel in them, or the best. I mean, the Japanese and Germans got probably the best steel in the world, man. So.
Well, a lot of guns have a lot of Japanese steel in them anymore when they come from overseas.
Domo arigato, Clay.
And I got to say, I went to Tag Firearms to pick it up. And pretty decent guys there. They got some fun toys in it. It's kind of an appointment only type place. So I enjoyed going in there.
That's like the candy shop in there, man. Really.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And the young guys. I kind of played dumb. I didn't know what I was doing at all. And I filled out everything. And then I finally kind of told them who I was. And I told them to check out Guns in the 701. So we might have to stop and talk to them. But, they don't want a lot of foot traffic. So I don't know if they do sponsor, it's going to be just to support us. But
Bloodline Kinetics, one of our sponsors, a lot of barrel threading for them. So
yeah, and I do believe that if they go watch some of the videos, I said you need to, because they were working on some videos themselves. You need to go check out our videos on YouTube and Rumble because there's some pretty good ones on there. So
we're gonna do one this weekend, Saturday morning. I'm heading out to Axe's place, and you know what Saturday is, Clay?
Is that 308 day?
No. Yeah, that's right. So if you had to guess, what kind of rifle are we doing a range test on?
Well, imagine it's going to be a 308.
That's right, 24-inch bull barrel, DPMS 308. And after we're done with that, you know what we're doing? We're heading a little farther west, and we're going to do a little prairie dog shooting.
That little town we were on.
Woo, exactly.
Yeah,
so if you're running right east of New Salem there, and you see a couple rednecks out there shooting prairie dogs, that's going to be Axe and I.
Awesome.
I prefer the 5-finger salute like this instead of this.
I'm not going to say who this is, but guys, thanks for watching. Obviously, you know that you're not. I just love that.
By the way, Clay, there's one more thing on the Zeiss.
Yes.
After the Zeiss was gotten rid of, after it was slightly used.
Yes.
It was a Vortex. I can't remember what model, but I think it was like $500 Vortex, but it worked perfect. That gun is money now with that scope on it. So,
well, like I said, Zeiss actually produced, and I would call it it ain't the cheap scope, but it is a value.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they might have upped it, but yeah, we were thoroughly. I'm not banging on Zeiss. I'm just.
Yeah. I mean, the glass was good, but the scopes were Conquest.
Yeah, I mean, the glass sucked on this.
So you love this. The Conquest that's the ones they came up with. I thought that name was, that makes sense now. I just looked it up here. So
Okay.
But all right, so tomorrow morning I'll be joining Todd Mitchell in the morning, 7:15 Mountain, 8:15 Central. I'm probably going to mention the steel target shoot on there. I might as well get that out there.
Yep.
I've got a happy ending chronicle. Sometimes we don't get to it, but I think I got a pretty good one here. I was looking up.
Awesome, man.
So, well, I like it when I see that, employees take out people trying to. I got to read it completely, but it sounds like they maybe give someone a dirt nap that needed one. So I always like that.
Perfect.
There's a few
the
other
happiest of
there.
endings, Clay.
There you go, happiest endings. I think I'm also going to talk about. There was an article came out. It actually comes from NRA's website called "The Future of Your NRA." I really like it because it talks about what has happened, post Wayne LaPierre. And I think it's good that people hear about that. I know some of the guys that are on the new, board. I know a lot of them, and so yeah, I'm glad to see what things are happening. They're doing they're wrapping up some of them litigation cases that are happening. They're not moving to Texas, and I never thought that was a good idea. Anyway, they're going to stay right there.
Well, you did tell me that wasn't happening. We talked about that a few times.
Now it's official. I think I told you that a while. I was like, it ain't going to happen. And I didn't think it ever would. So anyway, I'm probably going to submit that tonight to Todd when I send him all the stuff. But there'll be a few other things. Who knows where we go? Todd and I sometimes get down some rabbit holes.
Oh yeah, good show. I love listening to you and Todd. You guys got a great thing going on there Fridays. Love it. Of course,
Steel Target Challenge, everybody. March 29th, 11 o'clock a.m. in the Central Time Zone. Yeah, we're still on the old time. Got to move your clocks ahead Saturday night. I think we end up going to.
Well, hey, isn't there a lock or a bill up here now to keep us on? I don't even know what time zone it is, Clay.
Well, they're supposed to. We're not going to be a time zone. It's going to be. I think they did submit a bill in North Dakota to keep you on daylight savings time. I believe. I have to go look it up because I haven't been following.
So wait a minute now. Does that mean we're going to have the sun's going to go down earlier in the summer?
It's going to go down at the same time. Just your clock will be different.
Yeah. Okay. So the sun's going down at 10, and it's supposed to now it's going to go down at 9.
If you, if they stay on that, I guess it will.
That's daylight savings time.
Yeah, because you move.
I don't like that shit though, because the sun's going to come up at goddamn 4 in the morning.
You're going to spring forward. And then they're going to leave it there, is what I understand. I
don't know if I'm on board with that.
I have not been following this.
I mean, if somebody's listening right now, I know we're getting to the end, but if you can give us a comment here, because I'm not sure how this is going.
So
Clay's definitely right. So we're not going to change the clocks. We're just going to stay, is what you're saying, Clay, right?
So what will happen is if they do this and you stay there, when we spring ahead, you guys will already be there. You won't be changing anything. I imagine that I'm going to be at the same time as you guys are for a brief period of time during the year. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm confused about this, but I am.
I don't either.
Okay.
All right. I pulled up the bill here. A bill to create and enact a new section, blah, blah, relating to requiring the state to observe standard time year-round. So, standard time, which would mean you will not go to daylight savings. So you're just going to stay at standard time. There you go. So it's not going to. You'll never spring ahead. So I imagine in the fall, if this passes, you'll fall back an hour and then you'll stay there forever. That's the way it sounds. It was introduced by Representative Mackey, Representative Hawk, Representative Heilman, Senator Magrum, Representative Ruby, and Representative M. Ruby. Let me go look at the actions quick like. It did pass the House on January 28th, 55 to 37. So pretty overwhelming.
Yeah.
It was introduced into the Senate, had its first reading on February 13th, and there's been no other movement. So it hasn't been scheduled for anything, but this is House Bill 1259. Let's go look and see what the hearing is. Oh,
I can't remember. I know I heard Kelly on Michael Bell's show, and I thought he was in favor of it. Don't quote me. I could be wrong.
I'm going to pull the bill up. We got a little time, I guess.
Yeah.
Year-round observance of standard time. Yep. So that's what they're doing. They're going to repeal the part that basically says you have to go forward. So daylight savings time will end. It'll just be standard time year-round. And repeal daylight savings time. So that's what it is.
So it's like Brian says, the sun goes down at 9 o'clock all the time in God's country.
There you go. Well, I don't get it. I'm looking at the testimony. So here is the House in JP, and he is Save Standard Time. That's his organization president out of Arizona. Says he's in opposition of it. Well, why? You're Save Standard Time. That's what this does. I don't understand why he's in opposition, but everybody else was
From
in favor.
Arizona.
Yeah, it's like who cares what he thinks, right?
Yeah,
So
you guys
people
voted
were
in
in
fucking
favor.
Katie Hobbs.
Yeah, probably did, didn't he? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it says eliminate as a federally approved, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he said, I just kind of reading over it. Oh, he even gives graphs and stuff like that. Ah, piss off. You know what? Go to Arizona, go cry in your Wheaties. We don't care.
Yeah, it goes to California. Bruce Jenner or
Yeah.
Caitlin. Bruce, he was on the Wheaties box.
Yeah, I've had reservations of it, but you know what? I guess I can read a clock. We will be doing it. We'll still observe it right here where I live, because everything I do business with on a daily basis is going to be observing it in South Dakota. So nothing will change for me. We'll spring ahead. We'll just have to keep in mind that North Dakota, just everywhere else, is going to be on standard time at that time. So, not a big
Dan
deal.
says summer sun comes up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to sunrise on the western
Yes,
edge.
it does, don't it, Dan? I noticed it's sure creeping up there. I know when I'm calving, in April, and then sometimes in the May. Yeah, if I'm up in the doing a night shift at that time, which a lot of times I'm not anymore towards May, but yeah, that stuff, it comes up pretty darn early, but I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. I'm up fairly early anymore, so.
All right, well, I'm indifferent right now, but if it gets more serious and gets through the other part of the chamber, and
I think it will. It seems like it's got a lot
I
of
think it's
support.
gonna too. Like I said, I thought Kelly was in favor of when I was, I do have a job and I was working, and you got earbuds in all the time though. Yeah, but it's still, you don't pay attention.
Josh says, he goes, from what I understand, is the clocks don't change in the spring or the fall. Right. What'll happen is so I imagine how this will. I'm kind of reading the bill, but it looks like to me that when it goes into effect, when the time falls back in the fall, because that's when it generally does, then it will stay there forever. They will never spring ahead like we'll be doing here this weekend. So that's how I understand it, just so everybody knows. But remember, this is relating to standard time versus daylight savings. It is not in reference to central time.
Time zones.
Yep, nothing with time zones, which I will never support. Even if they change it, I will never change it. I'm going to run on mountain time because, again, I live on the border and everything else runs on mountain time. In South Dakota, ours actually stops at the river. And the counties didn't go forth and change a lot. So, yeah. All right. Well, I think we had a good show, everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks to.
Hold on a minute, Clay. Before you wrap it up real quick, next Thursday we're gonna have Wayne Muth on as our guest.
That's right.
Wayne got a hold of me. He said after Clay and I were on with Michael Bell Monday, he said he wants to further go a little more into. Clay and I talked about guns in schools. If you got a carry permit. Wayne said he wants to play devil's advocate on that. And he wants to talk a little more about. Remember, we talked about how coyotes, if you kill more, they end up having more. And we talked about a Wyoming bill, right, Clay, about coyote hunts, about how it.
Both of them were actually Wyoming bills.
Yeah, so Wayne wants to kind of talk a little more about guns in schools, and he wants to talk about if you kill more coyotes, does that mean there's going to be less coyotes, or if they breed more? And then Wayne he's got some good insight on that. So we're gonna. I don't know if Clay and I are going to agree with him on it or not, but we like having Wayne on because Wayne knows a lot of shit. So
love having Wayne on. He's a good guy. I can tell you right now, though, no one can change my mind about arming people in schools.
Yeah, me either. And I don't know if that's what he wants to do, but if he does, I'm open to hear about it and we can discuss it.
And that's just it. We're not afraid to have somebody on that disagrees. We've had Armin on here before, and I kind of went right after him at that time.
Yeah,
we're all still friends, and it works real good. So I got to put something up here though that I just loaded up quickly. There it is, right here. I want you to see this. So Jane was making. I think she's messing around with her laser. Check that out.
Nice.
So
nice.
I'd have to visit with her about that. She just chimed in. She goes. Like that the clocks didn't change when we lived in Arizona. There, Jane said that. She's Horton. That's Horton Lasercraft. So one of our sponsors.
I'm liking the glass there, Jane. Nice work.
I do like that. That logo looks good on that stuff, don't it? I like the way.
Yeah, it does. Real good.
All righty, everybody. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks for everybody for listening. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 7:15 Mountain, 8:15 Central, right there on KFYR, 550 AM, biggest radio station in the area. You can't miss it. So
do it. I recommend you listening on iHeart, the free app on iHeart, because then Todd knows how many people are listening. I ain't say we're the number one show on KFYR, but we are kicking ass on there, Clay.
We're doing pretty good.
Appreciate everybody who listens. Appreciate you.
Everything. Hey, don't forget, keep your powder dry. We'll catch everybody next week. And, of course,